The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Main Event Mark, Pro Wrestling Philippines Club and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the Main Event Mark.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to yet another live stream here on your Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the Main Event Mark Podcast. Ayan, maganda gabi sa inyong lahat. Again, my name is Angelo Penera. Thank you for everyone who is actually joining us here tonight on our live stream. Ang ina, sobrang ganda ng background ko tonight. Also, I'm wearing the Main Event Mark shirt. That's actually an amazing shirt, by the way. Ayun. Tonight, on this show, ayun. So, madami tayong pag-uusapan. We're going to talk about AEW All In Texas. We're also going to talk about the fallout of this week's NXT Dynamite. Of course, the continuation of the Judgment Day thing that they're providing to us, the local wrestling thing. And of course, we're going to give some previews then on the upcoming matches for tomorrow's Puso Wrestling Unang Tibok. Even if I'm not gonna be part of the event, pero we are still supporting our friends from Puso Wrestling. So, thank you very much for everyone who is supporting and following the show all together here on our platform. And of course, supporting everyone here on the PWPH Wrestling Network. So if you want to be part of this whole podcast, if you want to support us here, so you can follow and support the show on all of the social media platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod. Yan na nga. Ito yung mahirap pag wala akong wala akong mouse. So that's it. So you can support the podcast on social media at MEM Wrestling Pod. And also, that's the network's also the platform. So that will be the de facto platform for the network. And also, you can support the PWPH podcast on the platform's Facebook group and also on X at PWPH Select. Also, you can support the podcast here on the Main Event on Patreon, patreon.com/MEM Wrestling Pod. So, in the end of this live stream, we're going to make an announcement regarding on the future of this platform. So I'm going to redeem or reveal that in the end of our live stream. Also, WWE and FPW, Filipino Pro Wrestling, is on Top Sports. So Top Sports is having a free view on their platform on Blast TV. So if you want to watch your favorite Raw, SmackDown, and NXT subscribers or NXT Superstars and also FPW wrestlers. So if you want to watch them as well on Blast TV, that's the perfect way to watch them on Top Sports. So Top Sports is available for pre-streaming until August 31, 2024. WNBA is also actually going to air starting this Sunday on Premier Sports sa Top Sports and also on Blast Sports sa Beam ba yan? Yung Beam. So, yun. Then, Blast TV is also giving away a 3-month trial for everyone who is subscribing to Blast TV. So, if you want to subscribe, take advantage of their promo, 3 months yun. Or, if you want to subscribe on their usual sa Converge or Globe at Home, then you can subscribe as well on blasttv.ph. Or, you can pay 179 pesos for their plan o kaya yung 199 for Setanta Sports for their plan with Setanta Sports. Again, Top Sports is having a free view streaming on their platforms until July or August 31st sa kanilang platform. And everyone who can pay that for only 179. Yun. Wala akong graphics again. Sorry, my apologies. So let's start the talking here. kagaya ng sinabi ko sa TikTok video ko gabi, I'm going to start with the announcement of AEW All In Texas. So it been announced yesterday morning. Actually, lumalabas na yung announcements 2:30 in the morning pa lang. And then the announcement has been made 3 a.m. in the morning. So everything was made official for All In Texas. It's set on July 12, 2025 in Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. That's a 40 plus thousand seating capacity arena or stadium in Arlington, Texas, suburb of Dallas, something like that. Then wala pa naman details on other details on regarding sa mga shows na mangyayari all throughout this event. Wala pa naman. Then 2026 All In is returning to Wembley Stadium in London. So, yun na lang yung nilabas ni AEW. Fightful is citing about these announcements that the reason why they choose this venue is because meron kasing posibleng announcements si isang company na itatago na lang po natin sa pangalang World Wrestling Entertainment about a possible show in Wembley Stadium in 2025. Again, hindi siya cited kung anumang show ito. Pero I would say that is SummerSlam. Like what I said on my TikTok video, sobrang surprising that they are actually taking it seriously na magbe-venue si AEW at this big venue. Yung mga shows nga nila, yung mga pay-per-views nila, yung Dynamite Weekly, hindi nga nila mapuno. So that's a problem that they have to resolve by that time. Internationally wise, okay, sure, they can sold out at 40, 50, 60,000. Okay, good. Pero we could not make sure na magiging sold out ba itong venue na to come 2025. We could not know yet. And based then sa mga promotions and also reports from Fightful, parang possible kasi na ma-announce siya immediately within this time frame, August hanggang September. Itong mga pasabog sa Wembley Stadium na posibleng i-announce sa WWE. Pansinin niyo na mabuti. Yung All In 2026 is already official. And then yung All In na 2023 or 2024 set for this coming week after dito. And then SummerSlam 2026 is now official. That might be the first two-night SummerSlam. 2025 is currently undetermined. WrestleMania, we have WrestleMania already, 2025. That's in Las Vegas. And then the Royal Rumble is in Indianapolis. So, big question mark itong sinasabi ni WWE or ni Fightful about the possibility of them having the venue for Survivor or SummerSlam next year. Medyo questionable rin sa akin based on what I saw on the reports ni Fightful that they might take advantage of the AEW off-season sa Wembley Stadium. So, is this the perfect timing to take an off-season sa Wembley Stadium? Or maybe they are stepping ahead of WWE? We could not know yet. Kasi hindi rin naman natin alam kung ano nga ba magiging sistema doon sa venue na kanilang gagamitin for the 2025 All-In. Hindi rin naman natin alam kung ano nga ba yung magiging venue pa for SummerSlam 2025. So, magkaalaman na lang tayo all together kung ano nga ba tong venue na to and kung Wembley Stadium talaga ang venue ng All-In o ng SummerSlam, then we should happy. Kasi tangin na, first international event to, SummerSlam, for a while. Again, the last time SummerSlam was held in Wembley Stadium, the old Wembley Stadium, was in 1992. Years later, I think that was 23 years later, we're going to have that as well in Wembley Stadium. That was the current Wembley Stadium that we have right now. So, that should be a big deal for both sides na AEW is having a domestic stadium show next year, and then WWE is having their show next year, possibly in Wembley. Again, everything what I said here is not official yet, but based on what I am seeing, that might happen. No? Yun yung nakikita kong possibility. Again, SummerSlam in Wembley is a possibility. Again, based on what I am trying to check, what I am trying to hear, SummerSlam in Wembley is always a possibility. WrestleMania in Wembley will always be a possibility. But we could not confirm all of that just yet because wala rin namang announcement si WWE regarding on that information. Wala rin naman nilalabas si AEW other than what they introduced yesterday on the press con that they announced that All in Texas is official. Actually, next year is a exciting year besides the broadcasting rights because ang daming lalabas na posibleng mangyari. Ano nga ba yung possible changes that we are going to get sa mga venues ba, sa mga gagawin ba natin na ganap, o mas malaki ba ang international reach ng mga premium live events na ito, or is WWE going to focus on the premium live events like the WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series sa loob ng US, or they are now going to try an international SummerSlam or international Survivor Series? Why not, diba? So, anything is possible at this point when it comes to that opportunity that WWE is going to try at Wembley Stadium. Again, everything is not official just yet. But based on what I am trying to see or what we're trying to look up on this information that Fightful is actually confirmed to us, then that might be a possibility. Diba? Again, for everyone who is joining us here on the stream, first topic natin is actually about Wembley. And I am really excited to see how things will transpire for the next couple of days when it comes to the who will be the one will occupy Wembley Stadium in 2025. Again, SummerSlam 2026 will be an amazing deal, pero ewan ko sa akin lang, parang overkill na yung SummerSlam na 2 nights. Ewan ko lang. Sa iba sa inyo siguro magiging big deal to. Pero WrestleMania lang sana yung dapat na may ganong treatment. Pero SummerSlam na 2 nights, overkill siya sa akin. Yan lang. Yan ang yung dating sa akin. Again, this is my personal preference. SummerSlam na 2 nights, overkill siya. Medyo overkill yung dating sa akin. 2 night WrestleMania, I mean, I get it. But 2 nights SummerSlam, baka mamaya 2 nights na rin yung Royal Rumble. Baka mamaya 2 nights na rin yung Survivor Series, 2 nights na rin yung Money in the Bank. Terrible idea. But yeah, they're trying something new here. I hope SummerSlam next year or 2026 will be at least 3 hour lang. Wag na yung ang habaan ng 4 na oras. Tapos lalagyan nyo pa ng 3 oras na kickoff. That's a piece of shit. Terrible idea. But yeah, let me know what you think on AEW hosting SummerSlam or their show all in London, in Arlington, Texas, on all of our social media platforms. We are going to post actually a template on that later. Nabubulol na ako kasi ang dami kong sabing Wembley. But yun, again, everyone is really exciting about WWE possibly hosting an event in Wembley Stadium. So, ang daming pwedeng mangyari in the next couple of months eh. So, I will be excited if totoo nga talaga yung balita na AEW is going to be replaced just for a year ng WWE for a Wembley show. Tignan natin kung ano nga ba ang lalabas sa katotohanan or lalabas sa mga balita na nag-uusapan natin recently or ito din mga pinagsasabi ko right now Ano nga ba yung magiging kalalabasan nito? Let me know what you think in our comment section and our platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod. So, isa pang bit of news from this weekend or this day. I am actually excited for this. So, this is the TNA news. So, Josh Alexander will challenge Nick Nemeth for the TNA title in a 1 hour Ironman match. Tagal na natin hindi nakakita ng Ironman match sa wrestling except for TNA. WWE, sobrang bihira na nila mag 1 hour Ironman eh. AEW, hindi ko naman sila nakita nag-Ironman sila. Ewan ko. Or parang nalilimutan ko lang. Basta, I think AEW never done Ironman before. Or yung time limits lang yung ginagawa nila. Pero okay. This is huge for TNA. TNA is going to do a 1 hour Ironman match on their event sa August 30. Confirm natin. Yeah, August 30 sa kanilang event sa parating na show na to, which is Emergence. Nalilimutan ko lagi yung premium na event ni TNA. Sitang tingin ni TNA. Actually, ang iniisip ko lang pag events ng TNA, yung Hard to Kill, yung Rebellion, sorry yung mic ko nalaglag, yung TNA Rebellion, tapos yung Slammiversary, at saka yung Bound for Glory. Ito lang, apat na to. Huwag nyo nang isipin yung iba. Hindi naman kasi canon yung ibang shows. So medyo ganun ako mag-isip din. Unless may mga importanteng mangyayari on those shows. Pero yun nga, like what I mentioned, this is a huge thing for TNA that they're going to have an Ironman match on their event. Tapos may Ultimate X pa. Ako po overkill. WWE, I hope you guys are going to consider things. Again, I love Chase Hughes, Riley Osborne. He is going to be part of that match. He is amazing as well. So I hope we're able to get more WWE talents on that show sooner than later. And then on Bound for Glory or sa No Mercy, we're able to get more of the TNA down the line. Anything is possible naman at this point. So I could not wait to see more of that later on. Pero I am really excited then for a interpromotional match or promotional event. Hindi yung hindi yung ganun na events na may appearance lang si ganito, may appearance lang si ganyan. Mas excited ako sa mga ganun kaysa yung one time only na not my watch. But I hope AEW or WWE, TNA will be able to materialize a interpromotional. If AEW and friends will be able to do that, TNA can then definitely. Hindi naman malabo yan at this point. Malay nyo, January bago mag-Royal Rumble. No? That would be great. Pero, for the meantime lang, bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating tuktakan, we're just going to take a short break here. And we're going to check our friends here on PWPH. I have to check that just real quick.
This episode is not sponsored by Blast TV. You can watch your favorite WWE weekly shows, UFC, NFL, and more absolutely for free if you are Converge or Globe at Home subscriber. You can now subscribe to Blast TV through their website and sign up using your ISP for free. Again, it's Blast Time with WWE on Blast TV.
Yun, we're back on the stream. Actually, yan nga, kagaya ng sinasabi ko bago tayo mag-break. TNA doing a Ironman match will always be a huge thing for them. Tapos tangay na, ganito pa yung madadat na natin. Tangay na. May Ultimate X pa. Wow, that will be a banger disaster for TNA Wrestling. I cannot wait to see more of that soon. Okay, let's focus on the WWE now. AEW, we're gonna do a longer episode, audio-only episode. Promise, tuloy na yan. Yun kasi yung una ko i-release. Then ito, mas lalaliman natin yung pag-usap or thoughts ko about All In going to Texas, then Wembley moving to might be a WWE event. Mas lalaliman natin pag-uusapan yan sa audio-only episode. Tomorrow, on our one of the podcast platforms. Let's focus now on WWE. Um, the Judgment Day storyline is continuing, so that's a huge thing for me. No, Judgment Day versus the Terror Twins. As they're still trying to insist this street trash and I think it's a terrible idea to begin with. Then WWE apparently getting some backlash on that name, and now they're no longer going to use that name dahil nga nagkaroon na sila ng backlash because of that terrible idea to begin with. Then, ngayon, ang gusto kasi nilang mangyari, since Balor was the one who actually came up with the idea na, sige, tayo na lang straight trash. Ino-obvious masyado. Pero yeah, seriously, that was a terrible idea for a name of a stable. Tapos yung stable din nila, Shayna Baszler, nila, wait lang, I was forgotten the name. So Stark, Sonya Deville, hindi ko lang matanda yung mismong pangalan. That was a terrible name too. Yung parang collective ba? Bang collective is only collective that matters here in this place. So, I'm not gonna take that one slide. Ayan. So, CM Punk and Drew, continue natin. They are still continuing with their war. Ano ba gusto niyo mangyari? Yeah, I agree naman that they should get a second match in Berlin. Then, isettle na lang natin sa Bad Blood in October. Kasi wala naman silang show sa September because of the season premieres. Season premiere ng Raw sa USA, then SmackDown on USA. We might not able to get any PLEs on September except No Mercy sa NXT. Wait lang. Yun nga, wala silang PLEs for those dates kasi nilagay na nila sa October, early October. Then we're going to have our early November event which is Crown Jewel at Survivor Series by November 30. Now, the idea kasi ng Survivor Series this year, still War Games. And personally, masyado na rin akong nasusuya sa idea of a War Games in Survivor Series. Parang gusto ko yung eto. Gusto ko ng inter-brand na War Games, not the War Games that war-driven or feud-driven. Pero knowing WWE is focused on the Bloodline storyline, this might be the one that we're going to get at Survivor Series War Games. Again, I'm not against with the idea of dropping the War Games altogether. Pero sana gamitin ng mas maayos yung War Games. And yeah, I agree din naman that War Games should be used on some story-driven storylines. Pero I hope that WWE will be able to introduce the original Survivor Series concept, the other one that we love, the 5-on-5 matches. Kesa ma-impact lang sa kangungan yung iba nilang talents during that period and ma-focus lang sa Bloodline yung isa pang match. Then, yung isa pang match for War Games, obviously that's for women. So, medyo nasa part na ako that they should think about that idea. Then, ito na nga, medyo ando na rin ako sa part that War Games should be used only on personal matters and hindi sa mga dito. War Games, same with Elimination Chamber, same with the easy is okay. I'm going to take that slide. Pero yung mga Hell in a Cell, yung mga pang matches ni WWE. So, parang iba na yung dating sa akin noon. Then, they might consider that War Games to be retired too. Then, saan siya na habang kumakain ako? Pero yun nga, si WWE kasi, they love structures. I'm glad nga na nag-drop na sila ng structures last year, di ba? Like the TLC, nag-drop na rin sila nung iba pang matches that they actually don't need. Like yung mga no disqualification match, Extreme Rules matches. I'm glad they dropped it. So mga tutuwa ako. And the idea din naman of actually WWE introducing storylines that actually matters rather than titles or these ideas that we don't actually need, then they should consider that, man. Pero other than dropping the chambers, the bullshits, it's all good to me. Also, singit ko nga lang to, September 4, after nitong Bash in Berlin, we're going to have a tournament for the Speed Champion for the women. Sino sa tingin niyo yung gusto niyo maging first Speed Champion? In my perspective, sige, I'm going to try to answer that. Even though I don't like the idea of having a speed title in the women's side because number one, parang isipin ng fans kasi, ito na ba yung sinasabi nila na mid-card championship? No, it's just a Elon Musk title that everyone is going to think later on as a accessory title for their exclusive show. So para sa akin, hindi naman sobrang canon ng speed. I'm going to say that confidently. Unless if you want 3 minutes, 5-minute matches that used to love during the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, PG Era, then for sure magugustuhan niyo itong speed for the woman. Pero ako, putang ina, hindi ko magugustuhan to. Imagine Charlotte Flair with speed. Imagine like fucking sino ba yung mga mahaba natin na Mercedes Moné, sige, example natin. Kung nasa WWE pa siya. Imagine her in a speed title match. That would be a terrible idea. Sino pa ba ay mga Iron Man natin? Bailey on a speed title match or Rhea Ripley. That looks shit to me. Imagine how catastrophe the idea will be made. Pero sa yung moment na mga lower carder like sila Io Sky, sila sino pa ba? Yung mga nasa stable na to nila Sonya, then NXT women, sila Lola Vice, sila someone like them. Ayun, sila yung magte-take advantage itong speed title tournament. Then we actually want a mid-card title. And it's working for Kelani Jordan. So if it's working for Kelani Jordan, then it should be expanded on all of the roster. So main roster din, specifically. Actually, in my opinion, I love Kelani Jordan. Kelani Jordan is actually a favorite to me. She is growing to me. Again, actually, I think hindi pa siya okay when it comes to mic, to her mic skills. But kaya pa siyang kontrolin. Kaya pa siyang i-improve. But her skills on her background kasi as an athletic, she is actually amazing. Hell, siya yung woman will Osprey without a mantra. But she is still amazing to me. She is actually amazing if seryosohin or seryoso siya sa magiging kalaban niya. It depends. But Kelani Jordan, if they're going to take it seriously, like the woman niya sa main roster, then that should be huge. Or if WWE is going to introduce a women's mid-card title, then they should do it now because it's working on Kelani. Kasi Kelani is actually amazing when it comes to her run right now. And it's really improving or proving to us that mid-card titles is already a necessity in the WWE right now. Given with a lot of stables that's actually growing right now in the women's division, with the lack of defenses ni Liv, can possibly Nia Jax. Tapos, possible pa na maging laruan yung Money in the Bank na woman ni Tiffany, then we should think about the mid-card title for the women's as of right now. Kasi ito na yung magdadala ng mystique or at least ginhawa sa mga stories that we actually have on the main roster for the women's titles. Again, I love Rhea, I love Liv, Bailey, saka si Nia, Tiffany. But enough is enough. It's time for a third title on the main roster for the women. Aside from the women's tag teams. That's actually doesn't count. Kasi ano eh, parang yung women's tag titles ngayon, pinaglalaruan na lang nila yun eh. Hindi pa natin alam kung they're actually going to take it seriously based on what they're trying to book. But it's actually doesn't work at all. Since Bianca and Jade lost the belts or since natalo silang dalawa, wala na silang magawa sa belts. They're just trying to give it longer to the Brits. O Brits nga. Ewan ko, baka magkamali pa ako eh. Pero, yeah, the Brits are actually are really good champions. Kaylee Ray used to be the longest reigning UK champion. Isla Dawn is actually amazing too. She is the charismatic over there. But yeah, I agree. But it's time for a women's title or another women's title in the main roster na hindi magiging laruan unlike AEW's. AEW's belts right now. Imagine how AEW's roster is having right now. They have a women's champion. They have Mercedes Moné. They have Patina. Then they have Willow Nightingale with the CMLL title. That doesn't actually count. Then also we have Mariah May walking like a champion. That fact that she's not. Tapos putang ina, every spot on the television has a championship. Parang ano na eh. Everything in AEW is relying on championship. At least on the main roster or NXT, parang nabibigyan siya ng explanations or justifications why everything of this BS is happening. Bakit may nangyayaring ganito? It's because of the justification. They explain. AEW, they give titles. They don't explain. That's the problem. Yun nga eh. Actually, na-obserbahan ko na yan with the past 2 weeks of Dynamite. And that's actually a terrible idea to to think about eh. Kasi sabihin na naman nila, ay, ito na naman si Angelo, masyado na namang waiter sa AEW. Bakit ayaw mo na lang maging happy? Kahit gusto ko maging happy about AEW, syempre, we have to criticize that wrong things them. Kasi, tangina, the more that they are doing shit, the more everyone will be messed up. Or the more they're going to be fucked up. Kasi down the line, AEW is going to be act like AEW, yes, but they don't actually think of what they're trying to book. For example, the C1 tournament last year, or C2 tournament, sige, that was actually a pointless tournament to begin with. Itong pointless tournament na to, na nagkaroon ng pointless resolution with Okada winning the belt separately. Then, eventually, si Mark Briscoe won the title separately, the ROH title. Then, the whole thing just became pointless. So, to me, it doesn't make sense anymore. So, gagawa pa ba tayo ng tournament? Hell no. Yun lang yun eh. Kasi, it started to be pointless. And now, it's pointless. Wala na. Wala nang lunas when it comes to the AEW belts. And if they want to actually explore more ideas when it comes to the belts, then they should start telling a story. Then it might be considered. Tangina, mas nabubuk pa ng maayos yung FTW title. Ay, nako, AEW. Going back to the topic, it's still Raw. CM Punk and Drew, I think they're going to get a strap match at Bash in Berlin based on what we saw on this week's episode of Raw. and it's actually not a bad thing for them. Then settle it in Hell in a Cell match, then that might be huge or that might be a final blow for them. Then CM Punk is going to fight Seth, then Seth's going to fight Drew down the line. Or baka mamaya may ma-injure sa isa sa dalawa, then Seth will be replacing one of them. Then that might be it. So that's the case. Pero other than that, parang is this what we are getting? Hell no. But based on what we are able to get, we are actually trying to confirm facts rather than the things that we are able to get on these shows. Kasi based on what we are able to get, everything is pointless in this company, man. In AEW. At least we are able to justify the fucking bracelet ni CM Punk. And mas prestigious pa siya sa mga titles ni AEW right now, especially with Mercedes Moné. Tapos, ito na naman yung mga kalokohan nila down the line. And it's being terrible. And hindi rin siya kaya-aya sa TV. Tapos, sabihin pa nila, masyado tayong pabida sa mga ganitong bagay. And we're just going to insist the bullshit of the bullshit. Then, uh, this is just going to be exploding. But I'm going to talk about more of that later on the audio only. Pero I'm not gonna talk about AEW in this episode. Alright. Ayan. Continue natin yung Raw sa Bronson Reed, fucked up R-Truth, nothing new. And they're actually teasing for a split for the New Day. So New Day is actually going to split anytime soon. Thank you, Odyssey Jones. Odyssey Jones acting like Big E. But yes, no, Big E to me is amazing, yes. But you should be a solo talent rather than to both sides with both of these guys because doesn't work for you. And especially with Braun out of action or almost not active right now, they should start booking him as a monster heel and it will work down the line. For me, at least lang sa akin lang. Ha? Ayan. Yun lang naman for stories ng Raw na gusto ko. Yun nga sa Judgment Day, medyo interesting pa din naman. Pero medyo nasusuya kasi ako sa straight trash na yan. So medyo nabawasan yung mystic straight trash. Pero yun, I'm really excited on how Bash in Berlin is going to be built. Especially with Cody and KO possible getting a match at the show. It was made official na, by the way. Then, Cody actually giving KO a shot. Then KO is trying to be a pabebe na ayaw niya pang bigyan ng tyro shot ayaw niya pang i-accept yung tyro shot. And then si Nick Aldis is going to actually give Roman Reigns a tyro shot. Then parang naging naging prima donna na siya after nun eh. Parang andun na siya dun sa part na, okay, ba't ko hindi i-accept to? Kasi ayaw ko maging si Roman na lang yung makalabang ko. Then, I'm rather to be fighting KO rather than this bullshit. Then, it might be justified if we're going to get more explanations rather than what we are getting on the Dynamite side. The Swerve versus Danielson, Prevalanda. I think it's actually mid to me. I am more excited on the Mariah May versus Toni Storm feud. And kung paano nga ba magbo-blow to Wembley Stadium. We will talk about that more on our audio only. So, mas habaan natin yung commentary doon. For now, I'm just going to take a short break here. Let's talk about NXT when I'm going to take a back. Then, for the meantime here, pagbalik natin yun nga, NXT na lang tayo. Then, TNA, pagbalik natin, then we're going to check more of our bunkmates here on PWPH. Mm-hmm. Yan, pasensya na. Ayun, I'm back on the stream. Thank you for joining us still. Yun. Continue nga natin. Let's go to NXT now. So NXT is focused this week on two things. Number one, Joe Hendry. Number two, possibly, Ethan Page. Number three, Wesley. Sorry, dapat pala tatlo. Pero okay. Let's talk about Joe Hendry first. Joe Hendry is going to get a title shot, possibly, on No Mercy PLE. No? That's actually amazing to me to see TNA wrestlers getting a title shot on their NXT counterparts. That's actually really good. Pero, dapat mag-set na lang tayo ng expectation na Joe Hendry is not winning here. At siguro may nakalagay na Joe Hendry is not winning. Para wala na masyadong madismaya doon sa mga mangyayari down the line. Kasi may maka-upset tayo. In the end of the day kasi, it's still TNA. So, medyo baka maka-upset kasi si NXT if they're not going to give a belt to Joe Hendry. Kay Jordan pa pwede. If she is going to leave TNA, then she should consider WWE Ram. Malay nyo naman, di ba? Pero, based on her treatment kasi sa NXT going to Battleground, it might be. Pero, pangalawang focus natin is on Ethan Page. Ethan Page is actually building himself to become an amazing champion. And to someone like Ethan Page, sobrang veteran din. Plus, we might possibly get Josh Alexander in TNA or NXT. Then it should be a big deal on how these storylines are going to be integrated with. Given with the current thing that TNA is actually having with Joe Hendry and Josh Alexander, then it should be the factor or it should be a preview then on a possible tag match between the North and possible Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry, then that should be huge. Imagine Nick Nemeth, no? Pero yun, actually that's a possibility if he is going to come back pa din on NXT. Then, isa pa, number 3, let's focus on Wesley. Wesley, as much as I love Wesley as a babyface, his heel run is trying to be pilit. It's not working on me so far. Again, so far it's not working on me. Parang may something ako na nakukulangan ba or there's something that's missing ba on this current run with Wesley as the heel or the anti-Rascals. Parang may mali Parang may mali na WWE is going to give them a different look rather than this Rascals BS that they currently have in TNA. But parang iba yung dating sa akin ng current run na to ng Rascals. Then, now, Wesley, na walang accountability, na whiny bitch, tapos ngayon, is blaming his failures on other people. So, that's lazy shit on their booking. Again, I don't hate booking. I just hate how it's executed. Tapos, ngayon, kung naman ang posibleng mangyari sa build na to, then it should be considered kung paano nga ba mag-build nito on the possible TNA event, then it should be addressed properly rather than sige, bahala na tayo dyan, mamaya mabatman na naman tayo. Kaysa mag-Batman tayo sa uli tapos maglulukuhan din naman tayo when it comes to the current run of TNA. Tapos yung current run naman nila with TNA, it's actually not that terrible right now. But it might be terrible if they're going to give a considerable factor. Diba? Pero other than that, I don't really give a fuck on what's going on with Rascals. But it should be addressed, it should be given more explanations kung paano nga ba siya dapat i-explain on TV. But then, as of right now, we should end the live stream here. Kasi in a moment, we're going to have as well the Fatal 4-Way on Solar Sports. And for everyone who is going to tune up on our audio only episode, you should tune in on that tomorrow on our podcast platforms and on the podcast app. Yun ang una natin i-release before this episode on our audio only. Sa mga manonood ng Puso Wrestling unang tibok, congratulations and good luck on the first show. Sana kayo ay mag-enjoy kasi ako hindi makapunta. Pero magkikita-kita tayo sa tamang panahon once we're able to get more details and for the future shows as well for Puso Wrestling and the other promotions as well. Yun. Follow the show on all of the social media platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod and on our Patreon, patreon.com/MEM Wrestling Pod as well. Before we end the live stream, I'm just going to do some changes here. Starting next week, our platforms, yung mga taglines natin, yung mga user name natin for the main event, it will be changed to main event mark. Yan. So, going forward, ang magiging platform na natin, social media platforms natin is main event mark PW. Yon. So, yun na po ang ating username going forward sa ating po mga social media platforms. Wala namang bubabago sa iba, sa Facebook, sa X, sa Instagram, sa TikTok, then sa iba pa mga podcast platforms. It will affect next week. And then, yun na yun. So, you can follow and support the show on MEM Wrestling Pod for now. And starting next week, we're going to change that to a main event Mark PW. So, yun na lang muna. Maraming salamat ulit sa pag-tune in tonight on yet another live stream here on the Main Event Mark Podcast. We will see you next week. Yet another episode. Again, announcement natin. Both of our predictions will be up as a live stream for Bash in Berlin, All in London. Live siya sa ating Main Event Live. And then the review will be audio only for both of these shows. Again, you can follow and support the show starting next week on our social media platforms at Main Event Mark PW. Again, for the meantime here, you can catch the other episodes and you can catch the episode tomorrow on other social media platforms and also on your YouTube app. For the meantime, you can watch Fatal 4-Way sa Solar Sports. Again, I'm going to bounce na. For the meantime, my name is Angelo Penera here. Bye for now. Stay safe and stay wrestle. See you on the next episode for the Main Event Mark Podcast. Bye for now.